Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Cheltenham Festival here on day 4, the final day of the festival, here on Friday. It is March the 16th, 2018. Going to look at almost all the races on today's program from Cheltenham, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me next Saturday from Doncaster. It's the British opening of the flat season, and it's Lincoln Day, and I will have full card previews for that here on YouTube. So go check that out. And the week after, the 31st of March, I will have my Dubai World Cup preview video up here on YouTube, also for the rest of that card. So it's an excellent few weeks of racing coming up, and also I believe the week right after the Dubai World Cup is the Grand National meeting from Aintree. It's just great races coming up the next coming weeks. So let's make some money, and I think you can make some money here on this final day of the festival from Cheltenham. It's been a nice festival, seen some nice horses coming in, some nice races. So let's get on to it. We have 7 races to look at. Actually 6. I'm not going to give you a tip for the 410, the 5th race, because it's just a stupidly hard race, and I don't feel very comfortable giving out a tip in that race. I'll talk about it a little bit when we get to it, but let's get on to today's first race, the 130 from Cheltenham here on the final day of the festival. The first race, it's the Grade 1 JCB Triumph Hurdle. It's a Class 1 race going for a purse of $169,000. Like I said all week, I used the American prize money, or the American currency dollar, instead of the British pound, because it's just easier for me. So just keep that in mind. This race is for juvenile 4-year-olds only. Field of 9 horses here, going 2 miles and 1/8, or about 3,400 meters over the hurdle course. My top pick in this race, I like the number 8 horse, Apple Shakira. He's at 5-1 here, or she's at 5-1. It's 4-year-old filly by Motivator. Ruby Walsh was supposed to ride this horse, but Ruby Walsh on Wednesday suffered an injury to his leg, and he'll be out the rest of the meeting. And so there will be a rider change. I don't know it at this current moment, but just keep that in mind. But, this horse hasn't started since 16th December. I don't think the layoff should really be a factor with this horse. He should run well. But his first start in December came at Ferry House, heavy ground, 2 miles in the juvenile main hurdle. This horse won by 50 lengths, 29 cents to the dollar. This horse just jumped well and had a very nice, easy walk in the park. An all-around great race. First start under the care of Willie Mullins. Before that, this horse was running in France in May of 2017 at Compiègne. Good ground, 2 miles on a juvenile hurdle. This horse finished second by a nose, was jumping well at the end, just missed, but it wasn't a bad run. And then Toy, mile 7/8 in a juvenile hurdle in late March 2017, finished second by a neck. Again, jumped well and just missed at the end, but it wasn't a bad run. This horse, over the hurdles, has 1 victory and 2 near victories, 2 second place finishes by a nose and a neck in France against some very tough horses. Should do well over heavy ground, should get the distance, has a good weight of 147 pounds, this filly taking on the boys, and I do think she could beat the boys in this one. Watch out for this one here today. So to recap my bets for today's first race from Cheltenham, the 130, it's the Grade 1 JCB Triumph Hurdle. Gonna go with the 8 horse, Apple Shakira. Gonna go with no tricast here, no forecast. I'm going to do a very nice win wager on Shakira, probably about $20, which is a lot of money for me. So let's get on to race number 2 now, the 210 from Cheltenham. The 210, it's the Grade 3 Randox Health County Handicap Hurdle. It's a Class 1 race going for a purse of $135,000. This race is for 5-year-olds and upwards. Field of 27 horses. The 26 and 27 are also eligible or reserved. They only draw in if a horse scratches out of the main body of the field. So they're going the distance of ground here of 3,400 meters, 2 miles and 1/8 over the hurdle course. My top 3 picks for this race, I'm going to give you 3 horses that I think can win, because it's a very wide open race. I'm going to go with the 5 horse Lago Stove Gas, with the 7 horse here, A Hairbreadth, and the number 16 horse here, Flying Tiger. 5, 7, 16 for me here in the 210 from Cheltenham. My first horse I'll be talking about is going to be the number 5 horse, Lago Stove Gas. Hopefully I'm saying that right. 12-1, gets the leg up of Danny Mullins up on this Willie Mullins trained 6-year-old mare by footsteps in the sand. This horse has had a most recent start in Ireland, 17th of February at Gowan. Heavy ground, 2 miles in the Grade 3 Red Mills trial hurdle. This horse finished third by 4.5 lengths. Was the 1-2 favorite at post, but just really couldn't keep good closing kick at the end. It wasn't his day to win off a little bit of a break. I think coming here second off the break, and this quality race, I do think he should run well. You know, before that, he was running over the flat in Ireland at Naz on the 5th of November, a mile and a half, 2,400 meters in Class 1 listed stakes. He ran well over the flat. He finished second by 3 lengths. He closed up well. He just missed, but it wasn't a bad run. And then before that, on the 14th of October at Newmarket, 2 miles and a quarter, Class 2 handicap, he finished third by 8.5 lengths. He just couldn't catch the winner, but he ran well in that very large field of 35 horses and that very tough handicap. But he's over his last 3 over the hurdles, he's only lost once. That was last time out, and then he won 2 in a row in late August and early September in Ireland, and very demanding ground, heavy ground, which you'll see today. He's a nice horse at 12-1. I'll take my chances with him. William Ellens is having a great meet so far, so watch out for this one. Another horse I like is the 7 horse, A Hairbreadth. 12-1 here, 10-year-old gelding. Daryl Jacobs is on this Ben Pauling trained 10-year-old gelding by Accolade. Most recently, this horse had to start the 9th of December. That came at Sandown, yielding ground, 2 miles in a listed hurdle. This horse won by a half length that day. Had the heavy weight of 165 pounds, but didn't affect this horse. He jumped well and just had a great victory that day. Excuse me. Before that, and also it was a horse's first start since the 7th of April. I came at Aintree, good ground, 2 miles and a half, and the Grade 3 Adler Hay Children's Charity Handicap Hurdle. But, before that, he finished 21st by 38 lengths that day, 40-1. Tougher horse, just really weakened out of it. It wasn't his day to win. And then he ran here at the festival last year in the Racing Post Oracle Challenge Trophy Chase. Over the Chases, he finished 7th by 47 lengths, behind Altior, who won on Wednesday that cunt, I must say. I don't know why Nicky Henderson said about Altior being injured, because when I hear a horse is going to be injured, I stay away from that horse. That's why he didn't get my bet on Wednesday. But I don't know why he actually said something. He should have just kept his mouth silent about Altior. But back to this horse. He finished 7th behind that cunt that day. Pardon me, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. I know I shouldn't be saying that, but he finished 7th in that race last year. A bit too overmatched against those tougher horses that day. It just wasn't his day to win. And then in the Sky Bet Lightning Novices Chase at Doncaster in 2017, he finished 3rd by 6 3/4 lengths. He ran okay, but he's a lot better horse, I think, over the hurdles. Off a break here, lower weight, he should run well. Watch out for him. Another horse I like here is the number 16 horse, number 16 Flying Tiger. He's at 10-1. No feel he gets the leg up on this one. This horse's most recent outing came on the 17th of February at Wincanton, mile 7/8 in a Grade 2 Betway Kingwell hurdle. This horse finished 4th by 5 lengths that day, and it was a horse's first start in a few weeks, and with high weight of 158 pounds, just really couldn't get that good closing kick at the end. I think second off the layup again with this horse, he should run well. Start before a Class 2 handicap hurdle at Doncaster, 2 miles and 8th, 16th of December. Horse finished 4th by 11 lengths that day. With high weight, again, this horse just never got a good piece of it. And just to look at his running lines, something I noticed, he doesn't run very well with dry ground. He loves wet going. He's going to get it today, and he should run well. His last victory, he hasn't won in quite a while, since early 2017, but he's been a workhorse towards the end of 2017. He ran in the Cumberland Lodge Stakes at Newmarket at Ascot over the flat, where he finished 5th. After that, he ran the Elite Hurdle at Wincanton, where he finished 3rd, and 3rd in the Fighting 5th Hurdle at Newcastle in early December. But like I said, he's a workhorse. He likes a wet ground. He's going to get it today at 10-1, getting no feely up. I do think he can get a piece of it at the end, so watch out for him. So to recount my bets for the second, the 210 from Cheltenham, it's the Grade 3 Randox Health County Handicap Hurdle. I'm going to go with the number 5 horse here, Lago Stove Vegas, or Stove Gas, whatever the horse's name is. Sorry, can't speak English. I'm going to go with the 7 horse here, A Hairbreadth, and I'm going to go with the 16 Flying Tiger, 5-7-16 for me in the 210 from Cheltenham. And pardon me, I'm going to take a drink here quick. It's iced coffee today. Yesterday I had plain hot coffee, but today I need the iced coffee. It's a miracle how I didn't lose my voice all week by doing these videos. Last video came out to 40 minutes. This video, so far we're 10 minutes into the video, and I still have my voice, which is pretty amazing. And it's bad allergy week here in New York also, but hopefully I don't lose my video for this weekend. We have some great races here in America. The Turfway at Turfway, we have the it used to be called the Spiral, now it's called the Jeff Ruby Stakes, which is quite a stupid name, but when sponsors want to sponsor a race, I guess they let them. And at Oaklawn, you have the preparation for the Derby again, the Rebel Stakes, which is a race American Pharoah won in 2015 on a very sloppy race course, which I think was one of his better races. That race and the Preakness I thought were his two best races of lifetime. But join me here on YouTube for those previews if I have a voice. Hopefully I will. But but today's third race now from Cheltenham. Back to the subject of the festival. The third race, the 250. It's the Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle, Grade 1 race for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $184,000. This race is for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 20 horses going the distance of ground of 3 miles over the hurdle course. 20 horses here. A little off subject again, but we have 20 horses here. And here in America, we have one 20-horse field a year. That's the Kentucky Derby. The most racetracks can hold in a starting gate is 14, and very rarely will you see a 14-horse field, other than major stakes races like the Breeders' Cup and the occasional race here in New York for Statebreds. But other than that, you very rarely see fields of 14, let alone 20, which I find, I love seeing these big field of horses because they're great handicapped races. But my top 2 horses for this race, I like the number 15 horse here, Poetic Rhythm, and I like the number 18 horse here, Santini. I'm gonna go too deep. 15-18 for me. One of my horses, number 15, Poetic Rhythm. 10-1. Patty Brennan's on this. Fergal O'Brien trained 7-year-old gelding. This horse had his most recent start on the 30th of December. That came at Newbury. Heavy grounds. 2 miles 9/16 in the Grade 1 shallow novice hurdle. This horse won by nose that day. Was just under the 2-1 favorite, and in that field of 6 horses, this horse just jumped very well. Had a very nice easy victory that day, an all-around great race. Before that at Cheltenham here in November the 17th to be exact, yielding ground 2 miles 5/8 in the Ballymore Novices Hurdle. Grade 2 race that day. This horse finished third by 2.5 lengths that day. It had success already in this season, but not at Cheltenham. It finished third there. He just really couldn't catch the winner that day. It wasn't his day to win. And then Chepstow in October, 2 miles 7/16 in the Toe Pool Persian War Novices Hurdle. This horse won by 1.25 lengths. Had the success that they jumped well and destroyed the field. A very easy victory. Looking at this horse's races last year, ran the festival and ran in the Neptune Investment Management Novice Hurdle. That day he finished 11th by 50 lengths at 66-1. High weight, really never got into it, but he has a good weight of 159 pounds this year. He's coming to this race a lot better. He should do well with the going. Watch out for him. And also the 18-horse Santini, I like. 4-1, 6-year-old gelding by Milan. Nico de Boinville is on this one for Nicky Henderson. This horse's most recent outing came on the 27th of January here at Cheltenham during preview day. Heavy ground. Very similar to what you'll see today. 2.5 miles in the Grade 2 Ballymore Classic Novices Hurdle. This horse won by 3/4 length. Upset a little bit at 4-1. That was this horse had a great race, and that race, a lot of the horses that have come out of that race have run quite well. Black Op ran on I believe Wednesday and ran a decent second place finish. A few other those horses ran second start after that, ran well. This horse, jumped well that day, had a great turn of foot, and loved every bit of that sludge, which was the race course that day. A very nice, easy victory for this horse that day. Before that, in a novice hurdle class 3 event in Newbury, 2 miles 9/16 on the 1st of December, this horse won by 4.5 lengths. Another very nice, easy victory, and an all-around great race. This horse has had 2 races over the jumps, and they've been 2 terrific runs. Here today, low weight. He should jump well. Watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the third, the 250 from Cheltenham here on the final day of the festival. It's the Grade 1 Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle. Gonna go with the number 15 horse here, Poetic Rhythm, and I'm gonna go with the number 18 horse, Santini. 15-18 in the 250 from Cheltenham. Time for a coffee break before we get to the big one of the meeting. nice iced coffee. It's very good. But today's fourth race, it's the big one of the meeting. It's everybody's been waiting for this one. The fourth race, the 3:30. It's the Grade 1 Cheltenham Gold Cup. It's a Class 1 race going for a purse of $876,500. This race for 5-year-olds and upwards. Field of 18 horses going the 3 miles and 1/4 distance over the chase course. Last few years, this race, the field sizes were about like 9 or 10. This year we have a very nice field size in this race, and I do think it's a very wide open race. I'm going to give you 3 horses that I think can win. The 5 horse here I think can win at Cheltenham at very nice odds of 20-1. I also think the number 9 horse here, Might Bite, can win at 3-1. Not so good odds in this race. And the 11 horse Native River I think can win also. So 5, 9, 11 for me in the Gold Cup. My long shot play of this race, the 5 horse Cheltenham, 9-year-old gelding by Saint Descents, 20-1 here. Patrick Mullins gets leg up for Willie Mullins. This horse has had a most recent start in Ireland at Leopardstown, 4th of February, 3 miles in the Irish Gold Cup. This horse finished third by 10 lengths that day and just couldn't get a good closing kick at the end. It just wasn't his day to win, but I think off a little bit of a break of about 6 weeks or so on wetter ground, this horse should run well. Before that Leopardstown yielding ground, 3 miles in Christmas Chase, his horse didn't finish that day. He pulled up out of it. He had a very tired horse, and he just couldn't keep up with them that day. Disappointing beat. It was his horse's second start in 2 weeks, and maybe he was just a tired horse that day from that race. But, 2 weeks earlier in the Punches Chase, on very demanding ground, he finished second by 7 lengths. He jumped well. He just missed at the end, but it wasn't a bad run. He ran in this race last year, and he finished 4th by 3 1/4 lengths. He just had a little bit of mistake, a final few from home, and just kind of weakened out of it. But, after that, he ran the Punchestown Gold Cup where in late April 2017, and he ran well. He finished second by a nose behind Sizing John, but this horse closed up well. It wasn't a bad run. He should like the ground. I think he'll get redemption from last year's slight mistake. At 20-1, watch out for this one. He's a long shot play, and you definitely want him on your tickets. Another horse I like here is the number 9 horse, Might Bite. 3-1, Nico de Boinville is on this Nicky Henderson train, 9-year-old gelding by Scorpion. Not Scorpions, the band from Germany, the horse Scorpion. Most recently, this horse had to start the 26th of December at Kempton. Soft ground, 3 miles into King George. This horse won by length that day. It was the 1-2 favorite. Small field of 8 horses. This horse just destroyed them that day. Had a great turn of foot, an all-around great race. Before that, on the 12th of November at Sandown, yielding ground, 3 miles in a listed chase. Horse won by 8 lengths that day. 44 cents to the dollar. Was the best horse by a mile and proved it. Just jumped well, beating Frodon, who finished second. And then the mid-May novices chase at Aintree last Grand National meeting. This horse won by 2 lengths, destroyed the field. Won at last year's festival by winning the RSA novices chase very nicely. He's a winner of his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last year, his only downfall was in the Quoto Star Novices Chase on Boxing Day 2016, where this horse didn't finish. He fell a final few from home, and other than that, he's been pretty perfect. I think he could get the victory here today, but he's at 3-1. It's not the best prices in this race, but he's the kind of horse you definitely want on your tickets. Another horse I like is the 11 horse Native River. He's at 4-1, but I have a feeling his odds will probably be going up at post time. I think you could probably get 5 or 6-1 on this one here in the American Tote Pools. 4-1, 8-year-old gelding by Indian River. Richard Johnson gets the leg up for Colin Tizard. Most recently, his horse had to start the 10th of February of 2018 at Newbury. It's 2 miles 7/8 in the Denman Chase. His horse won by 12 lengths. It was the horse's first start in 11 months, but he just won for fun. A field of 3 horses. It was an all-around great race for this horse. Before that at Cheltenham during the festival last year, 3 miles a quarter in the Gold Cup, he finished third by 2 3/4 lengths, and he just weakened out of it in the final run-in. He ran his heart out that day. It wasn't a bad run. And then the Denman Chase of 2017, this horse won by 3/4 length. Again, field of 3 horses. He destroyed that race. He won the Welsh Grand National in 2016 and won the Hennessy Gold Cup in 2016. He's a very nice horse. At 4-1, I think he could get a good piece of this at the end, so watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the 4th, the 3:30 from Cheltenham, it's the big one everybody's been waiting for. It's the Grade 1 Cheltenham Gold Cup Chase. Gonna go with the number 5 horse here, Cheltenham. My long shot play for this race, I'm gonna go with the number 9 horse, Might Bite. My favorite play for the race, as in favorite, as in lower price, I'm gonna go with the 11 horse Native River. Also, so 5-9-11 for me in the 3:30, the fourth race, the Cheltenham Gold Cup. So now let's get on to race number 5, and the 4:10. Like I said a little earlier, I'm not going to give you a tip for this race because I hate these Foxhunters races. I just hate them so much. It's not even funny because they're just difficult races to get your head around. I won't be giving a tip for this race. If you have a tip, just comment below. But this is, as a handicapper or tipster, I can't feel very confident giving you a tip. Instead of lagging my way through it, I'm just going to skip it over and just watch and have fun watching it. But one of my least favorite fixtures, I must say, a little off subject, one of my least favorite fixtures of the year in the UK is the Foxhunters fixture in early May from Cheltenham, because it's just so hard to pick a winner, so I usually stay away from that. A lot of people I know like that fixture because you can make money with that one, but how you make money, I don't know, because I haven't figured it out yet. I barely figured out how to make a winner at this festival so far, but it's another story. But we're going to skip on to race number 6 now. The 450 from Cheltenham. The 450, it's the Martin Pipe Conditional Jockeys Handicap Hurdle. It's a conditional handicap hurdle for Class 2 horses, going for a person $94,500, which 4-year-olds and upwards rated 0 to 145. Field of 26 horses, but the 25 and 26 all reserves are also eligible, so only 24 will go. The distance of ground of 4,000 meters or 2 miles and 1/2 over the Hurdle course. My top pick in this race, or I'll give you 3 top picks in this race because this race is very wide open again. I'm going to go with the number 11 horse here, who is Carter McKay. I'm going to go with the number 15 horse, Flawless Escape, and I'm going to go with the number 20 horse, Melrose Boy. 11, 15, 20 for me in the 450 from Cheltenham. The number 11 horse here, first horse I'll be talking about, Carter McKay, 15-1 here, gets the leg up of Jamie Bargary. Willie Mullins trains this one, 7-year-old gelding by Marteline. Most recently, this horse had to start at the inaugural Dublin Jumping Festival they had in early February at Leopardstown. 2 miles 3/4 into Grade 1 Nathaniel Lacey's and partner Solicitors Novice Hurdle. This horse finished third by 2.5 lengths that day. With a high weight of 164 pounds, this horse just couldn't catch him at the final few strides of the race. It wasn't his day to win, but with a step down in class against these horses with better weight of 158 pounds, I do think he should run well. Start before this 13th January Punchestown. Soft ground, 2 miles in the Grade 2 Skybet Moscow Flyer Novice Hurdle. Horse finished third by 14 lengths that day. And again, he just jumped well and had a very nice, easy victory. And all around, he finished third by 14 lengths. Let me repeat myself. Sorry, I'm going off onto a tangent for a second. He finished third by 14 lengths, and looking at the wrong form guide, just pardon me, I have been talking for 22 minutes. He finished third by 14 lengths, and he just lacked a good closing kick at the end. He just didn't jump that well. Before that now, usually when this happens, I do edit it out, but I'm not going to edit out today because I'm so tired from all these videos, from talking this week, but that's why you occasionally see a jump cut in these videos. But before that, where he had that good victory at Cowan, November 25th, 2 miles in main hurdle, he won by 15 lengths. He just went away with it. A very nice, easy victory at 91 cents to the dollar on, demanding grounds. You should like the ground here today. Other than that third place finish at Punchestown, he should run well. 15-1, watch out for him. I also like the number 15 horse, Flawless Escape. Jonathan Moore's on this. Gordon Elliott trained, 5-year-old gelding by Saga Mix, 6-1 here. This horse's most recent start came at Leopardstown with a lot of these horses. Soft ground, 3 miles in the handicap hurdle. He finished third by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He jumped okay going around the course, had one bad mistake a few from home where he just really couldn't recover. But today, if he jumps well around the course, I do think he could run a little bit better. Before that Leopardstown, 2.5 miles on soft ground and main hurdle, he broke his main by a length that day. He jumped well and just had a very nice, easy victory. And then before that, the 18th November Punchestown, 2.5 miles and a main hurdle, he finished second by a half length. His first over the hurdles, he didn't have the best jumps a few from home, but other than that, he did jump well. Just the final portion, the final 2 furlongs weren't the best, but other than that, he did jump well. He's a nice horse here at 6 to 1. I think he can get a piece of it. Another horse I think he can get a piece of it is the number 20 horse, Melrose Boy, 15 to 1. Gets the leg up a Kieran Edgar on this Harry Fry train, 6-year-old gelding by Saint Descent, or Saint des Saints, whatever. This horse's most recent outing came on the 3rd of February. That came at Sandown, soft ground, 2 miles 7/8 in the Grade 3 Betfred Heroes Handicap Hurdle. He finished third by 3.5 lengths that day, and he just couldn't catch the horse in front of him that day. Just wasn't his day to win. Before that, he ran incredible. That came at Fontwell on the 21st January. Very wet ground, almost waterlogged, 2 miles 3/4 in the Class 4 novice hurdle. He won by 50 lengths. He was the best horse by a mile. He was 10 cents to the dollar, and he ran like a 10 cents to the dollar horse should run in a field of 4 horses. He just won for fun. It was a paid workout, an all-around great race. And then at Newbury on the hurdles, 2 miles 9/16 the National Hunt novice hurdle. His horse finished third by 11 lengths. He had a horrible mistake at the last fence and really couldn't recover after that. He just walked under the line. It just wasn't his day to win. If he didn't blunder there, I do think he could have maybe got the victory. But, he's a good horse here at 15 to 1. I'll take my chances with him. So to recap my bets for the 6th from Cheltenham, the 450, it's the Martin Pipe Conditional Jockeys Handicap Hurdle. Gonna go with the number 11 horse here, Carter McKay. Gonna go with the 15 horse Flawless Escape and the 20 horse Melrose Boy. 11, 15, 20 for me in the 450 from Cheltenham. So now let's get on to race number 7, the 530. It's the final race of the 2018 Cheltenham Festival. And, it's a little sad. But the 7th race from Cheltenham, the 530, it's the Grade 3 Johnny Henderson Grand Annual Challenge Cup Handicap Chase. Class 1 race going for a purse of $148,500. It's for 5-year-olds and upwards. Field of 26 horses. The 25 and 26 are also eligible as reserves, so 24 will go the distance of grounds of 2 miles at 3,200 meters over the chase course. My top 2 picks in this race, I like the 5 and 6. The 5 horse Aventura, hopefully I'm saying that right, and the 6 horse North Hill Harvey. 5-6 for me in the nightcap, or the festival cap from Cheltenham. The 5 horse Aventura, my first horse I'll be talking about, 10-1, 9-year-old gelding by Voix du Nord, French bred horse. This horse is bred in France and via pedigree also through and through. Tom Scudamore gets the leg up for David Pipe. This horse's most recent outing came on the 27th of December. I came at Kempton, soft ground, 2 miles in the Grade 2 Unibet Desert Orchid Chase. This horse finished second by 13 lengths. Just really couldn't catch the winner, who just ran a little bit better, but he was second best. Before that, in the Petersburg Chase at Taunton, 2 miles 3/4, 14th December, he finished fourth by 13 lengths, and again, just kind of weakened out of it the final run-in. It wasn't his day to win, but I think with a cutback to 2 miles today, he should run well. And then at an handicap chase Class 2 event at Ascot, November 25th, 2 miles and 1/8, he finished 7th by 21 lengths. He just really couldn't catch him at the end, but those races were tougher horses than he's facing today. I do think these horses are not so tough, and he should run well against them. So I like him here. Another horse I like here is the number 6 horse, North Hill Harvey. 7-year-old gelding by Cave Tara. 7-1, Harry Skelton gets the leg up for Dan Skelton. This horse's most recent outing came on the 10th of February at Warwick. Soft ground, 2 miles in the Grade 2 Kingmaker Novices Chase. He finished third by 39 lengths that day, and he just couldn't get the win that day. The winner, St. Calvados, who ran this week, St. Calvados ran a hell of a race to the point that I backed him at the festival. He didn't do anything though. But that day he just went for fun. This horse just couldn't catch him that day. Much the better horse. Before that, in the Henry Novices Chase at the Grade 1 Henry Novices Chase at Sandown in early December, mile 15/16, mile 7.5 furlongs at Sandown, he finished second by a length behind Silly Royal. He jumped well, couldn't catch the winner at the end, but it wasn't a bad way around the race course. And then the Racing Post Arkle Trophy here at Trial Trophy here at Cheltenham in November, 2 miles. He won by 18 lengths. Field of 3 horses. He destroyed the field. He's won twice so far this season at Cheltenham. That day and a month earlier, on 27th of October, going 2 miles in the Class 2 Novice Chase, he won by neck, and he just jumped well. He has 2 victories over this course, which is ideal because it's a very tough jumping course. I think he should run well here. 7-1 is not the best price, but I think you're going to have to take it, so watch out. So to recap my bets for the 530, the 7th race from Cheltenham, it is the Grade 3 Johnny Henderson Grand Annual Challenge Cup Handicap Chase. Gonna go with the number 5 horse Aventura and with the number 6 horse North Hill Harvey. 5-6 for me and the nightcap from Cheltenham. So, good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Join me next Saturday from Doncaster. It's the opening of the British Flat season, and it's Lincoln Day. We'll have previews for that here on YouTube. And join me the week after for the Dubai World Cup night from Maidan. We'll have previews for all those races here on YouTube also. And of course, join me the week after for the Grand National meeting from Aintree. Good luck, everybody, and good luck, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5.